Good afternoon. Today we will discuss on the topic centrifugation. So centrifugation is nothing but separation of molecules based on force. So the force which acts on centrifugation is nothing but centrifugal force. So we all know that there are two different types of forces based on centrifugation, that is centrifugal force and the other one is centripetal force. So here centrifugal force is nothing but it pushes the object away from the axis. For example, this is the axis of rotation in the sense. Centrifugal force is nothing but it pushes the object away from the axis. So in case of centrifugation, centrifugal force plays a major role. And there are different types of centrifugation based on speed. Like first one is low speed centrifugation, high speed centrifugation and ultra centrifugation. So in case of low speed centrifugation, the RPM, you all know what is RPM, right? RPM stands for rotation per minute. So in case of low speed centrifugation, the RPM will be around 2000 to 5000. And in case of high speed centrifugation, it is greater than 5000 to 25,000. And in case of ultra centrifugation, it is greater than 25,000. Now, like examples of this low speed centrifugation is what we all use in our lab, tabletop centrifuge. In this, the rotor is fixed. We cannot change the rotor. So now coming to rotor. What is rotor? It is of three types. One is vertical, fixed angle, swinging button. So in case of low speed, the rotor will be of fixed angle. It will be like fixed the angle of 45 degrees Celsius. And this cannot be moved or changed in case of low speed, that is tabletop or benchtop centrifuge. And in case of high speed and ultra centrifuge, the rotor can be changed. It may be either vertical or swinging button. So vertical rotor will be like in this direction and the angle is not fixed. Similarly, in case of swinging button, it will be like a swing. Now coming to high speed centrifuge, the example for high speed centrifuge is the cooling refrigerated centrifuge and ultra centrifugation. So the most commonly used centrifugation in all labs is ultra centrifugation and it is of two types. One is preparative, the other one is analytical. And this preparative is again classified into two types. One is density gradient and the other one is differential centrifugation. So now we will see what is density gradient and what is differential centrifugation and also what is analytical centrifuge. First we will see density gradient. So what is density gradient centrifugation? From the name itself we can say it is separation of molecules based on density. So for example, you have an epiron tube. In this, the sucrose solution or any density gradient solution is filled based on the different concentration. Like here, higher density or higher concentration of around 50% concentration of sucrose, and 40, 30, 20, 10. So it is layered based on the concentration. Higher concentration will be at the bottom, and this is the density gradient. Now you take a picture of of sample with different particle size or different density, and you need to separate that molecule based on density. So you add that sample which you need to separate. So in that case, the sample will start centrifugation, mixing up, and higher density sample will get fixed to the higher density sucrose solution. This concentration of sucrose solution, and similarly, the respective density of that particular sample will get fixed to the respective concentration. It will not combine with the other density. So based on density, it will get separated, and later on we can easily separate our sample based on density. The other one is differential centrifugation. Second one is differential centrifugation. So this density gradient is based on density, and this differential centrifugation is based on speed, that is RPM. For example, you take a Eppendorf tube and you fill your sample which you need to separate and fix it in a centrifuge, and you initially give 1000 or 10,000 RPM. So only few molecules will be separated and remain will be in the solution. So again, you take this filtrate alone. You take the pellet out and you take this extract alone. Again, you increase the RPM so that the other particles which are present in this extract alone will get separated, and few remaining extract will be left out. So again, when you increase the speed, the particles from this extract will be separated. So based on the speed, if there is separation of molecules, then it is called differential centrifugation. Now coming to analytical centrifugation. Analytical centrifugation is nothing but it is based on sedimentation technique. Analytical centrifugation. This is also an ultra centrifugation technique, and this is based on sedimentation principle. So with the help of this analytical centrifugation, we can calculate the molecular weight of the sample. We can calculate the molecular weight of the sample. So now, what is sedimentation? In general, sedimentation is nothing but settling of particles. If you have a mixture of solution like sugar and water, sugar will get settled at the bottom. So the larger size particles will get settled at the bottom if you leave it for a certain period of time without disturbing, that is sedimentation. But this sedimentation alone will not work out for minute particles because of their size. So we go for centrifugation, where both the principles of sedimentation and the centrifugal force act, and we separate the molecules. And this sedimentation technique